All right, dog. Welcome back to Golf and Gospel. I guess pod. I ain't like saying that, but that's what it is. I have a special guest, dog. And when I mean a special guest, I mean a special guest. I mean, I have the number one golfer coming out of high school, three-time state champion coming out of Kentucky, semester tour winner at the time, Epson Tour
Yeah.
winner, as well as a golf and gospel champion. We're not gonna let that slide, man. She put a work in on me and the homie T Wade. And also, and I quote Jody Brothers saying this, I don't have a lot of favorites. If I had to have a favorite, one is for sure Emma Talley. And I was like, hey dog, I agree with you, bro. She one of my favorite people too, man. So guys, we got
That's
Emma Talley. We got
nice.
Emma
Thanks
Talley
for
on.
having me.
Absolutely,
It's good to
man.
see your face again.
Thank you. I'm not really trimmed up and stuff. I'm kind of thugging it out right now,
I
but it's
like it.
yeah, thank you.
I'm
It's
thugging it out too. I'm getting little hairs on my chin being
no,
pregnant.
stop it. Stop it. Speaking of that too, obviously you made the announcement, what, probably 4 or 5 months ago, retiring, first child on the way. How has preparing for motherhood been, and what are you most excited about?
It's been an amazing experience. I'm truly thankful for the to be able to experience pregnancy and motherhood, soon to be motherhood. Um, I'm 30 weeks pregnant now and she is kicking. So that's like been such a cool experience because like men don't get to experience
We
it.
don't.
And it's
I don't
just
know if we
and
can. Like, I
yeah,
don't know if we
and
have the pain tolerance too.
it's so cool. And I know I'm actually gonna miss this part of when she is here, I'm gonna be so
Mhm.
excited. But it's a really cool experience just knowing like she's in there just kicking and playing and doing whatever she's doing. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm sure it's going to be very hard, but I'm going to try to
Yeah,
cherish each moment because everyone says it goes by really fast. So,
yeah.
yeah, it's been an interesting year. My husband and I are trying to figure out our lives at the
Hmm.
moment, which is I think everyone is. I feel like everyone I've talked to says 2025 has been a crazy year for them. So, I
Yeah,
think we're all in the same boat.
yeah.
So, we're just trying to make it.
That's awesome. Has there been any I guess altering to like your daily lives about how you guys go about things, especially obviously preparing for your first child?
It's weird. My husband was caddying on the LPGA
Hmm.
for 8 years.
Hmm.
And when I decided to retire, he was going to continue to caddy, but then he actually tore his hip labrum.
Oh,
So, long story short, I was a terrible wife. And last year he was complaining about his hip. And I was like, suck it up, just
hmm.
stretch, go on a run. And then at the end of the year, he finally got it checked out and it was torn.
Yeah.
So sadly, he's been looking for jobs. And I was kind of not nervous, but just like our whole life and our whole relationship has been on tour together.
Hmm.
So it was going to be interesting, like to see what that looked like in a different setting. But it's been great.
Yeah.
Breakfast in the mornings, coffees in the morning, actually time to like have good conversations
Hmm.
and go on date nights. And
Nice.
um, last year, I think we spent 3 weeks together in our home
Hmm.
the whole year. So it's been nice to just kind of be a couple before the baby gets here. And
Yeah.
um, we've been lucky in that fact that we've been able to kind of just enjoy each other's company and then get ready for the baby because once she comes, things are going to change forever.
It's gonna change for sure, man. Guys, if you're watching, be praying for the homie Patrick and his hip, man. I can only imagine the pain that he's going through. It's not the same as childbirth, but obviously, he wants to have obviously the health of his leg and stuff, man. But speaking about this, obviously you played on the tour for a long time. Uh, do you miss the game of golf? And if you do, what aspects of it do you miss, and what aspects do you like? Oh, I'm okay missing out on that part.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the golf part is the I always tell people now looking back, like the golf was the easy part and I didn't realize that at the
Hmm.
time. The golf is so fun. And I loved competing. You never get that feeling of competition in any other way. So
Hmm.
for me, the feeling and the adrenaline of the first tee shot, trying to make the cut, trying to
Hmm.
perform the best of your ability, and even like trying to win a golf tournament, you just really can't get that in life. That feeling, that adrenaline rush, like any other way. But the things I don't miss, like living out of my
For
suitcase,
sure.
kind of missing like everything in your friends and family's lives.
Hmm.
It's been nice to be able to like go see people and experience their celebrations. And Yeah, it's just been nice to not have to live out of a suitcase. Obviously, my friends on tour, that's been hard, but
Hmm.
it is crazy. There's so many people that retired last year that
Yeah.
a lot of my friends aren't even on tour anymore. There's a few of them left, but a lot of them are retired. So it's kind of becoming like any sports like this. I think, as you know, like when you're in it, you feel like you're supposed to be playing forever. But if you after you retire, you kind of look back and you're like, man, like no one I played with is still playing. It just kind of runs in cycles.
Yeah.
So at the time when I decided to retire, I kind of thought like, oh, this is going to be really, really hard. But now I look at the leaderboards, I'm like, I don't even know half these girls.
Yeah.
Like they're really young. So it's a whole new generation of girls coming up. But just like any sport, bigger, stronger, faster, they hit the ball further. That's
Mm.
just how it goes. And I'm now old and washed up and about to have a baby. So they're just going to beat me every time.
That's funny because I'm in that same scenario. Like if I were hypothetically still playing, I'll be going to year 11. Only got to six, but when people be like, "Hey, do you still know people on the Chargers?" I'm like, I know nobody on the Chargers. Like I know
Yeah.
of Justin Herbert, but I was headed to Detroit when he got there, so I'm just like, my class is phasing out, and I always say I'm washed up too. I can't go out and run routes
Yeah.
no more or nothing. I'm just trying to be decent at golf. Well, I'm trying to be good at golf, but I'm nowhere near that, man. So I definitely understand that perspective of that, and I always say this was different too, because as a player for me, I would hate to always be on the road all the time. Because if I had to assume your schedule, it's obviously last day Sunday, final round. Monday, do you go back home or you just go straight to the next location of where that tournament is, and then you play that out from there? You
Yeah.
just yeah.
Yeah, usually like we would travel on Sunday nights or Monday morning, and then
Hmm.
everyone would be at the course, the next golf course on Monday afternoon
Yeah.
practicing. And then
Yeah.
Tuesday's practice day, official practice rounds,
Hmm.
and then Wednesday's pro am day, and then you
Hmm.
start the tournament again on Thursday. So um it was just a quick week, but
Hmm.
I will say my husband and I keep looking at each other. We didn't realize how good we had it.
Mm,
Professional being a professional athlete is really cool, and I
for
think
sure.
sometimes you take it for granted because it's like anything. I mean, probably in business too. I'm assuming I've never been in the corporate life, but I'm
Yeah.
assuming like you climb that ladder and you
Hmm.
don't really realize it in the time because you're just working and trying to get better and better. So you don't really realize what's happening, but then like looking back, I'm like, man, that was really fun. And
Yeah.
I don't think I took enough appreciation for the tour life and
Hmm.
just like all the friends you have. You have built-in friends because you're all traveling the world together. And then
Yeah.
obviously my husband was caddying, so we were with each other all the time. It was a really cool life. So I think we're definitely gonna miss like the life, but we're also it's like the best and worst thing. People ask me what's my best characteristic. Probably how outgoing I am, but it's probably the
Oh,
worst thing
yeah.
too, because that means I suck at listening. So, it's like the same thing. The best part was the travel and the worst part was the travel. It's like it
Yeah.
kind of went both ways.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, at least when my times hanging out with you, I haven't said like, yo, Emma is so outgoing, but she did not be listening. I feel like you were locked in each time, man. So, and obviously, I think that's one of the perks of why I still have a relationship with you now. So, anyone who questions her outgoingness as a downfall, like you're gonna have to see me about that one. I don't believe it. But let's talk about this too, and obviously women's golf, man. I've been a huge advocate for women's golf. I'm so grateful to have done things with guys, women from the LPGA, the Epson Tour, the NXXT Tour as well. But we saw just recently the Olympics added a mixed event in there, man. I want you to talk about what that means for the exposure of women's golf and yeah, and how that helps it out more.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool to just see golf back in the Olympics. I think everyone was really excited about. However, you don't get any world ranking points. You don't really
Yeah,
get a lot out of it from a player perspective. And it's because it's a big season on the LPGA Tour. I think a lot of people kind of struggled what to do, yada, yada. However, everyone wants to be in the Olympics, period. Like,
yeah,
why would you not want to? But I think this will add just another level with with it being a mixed event, I think it'll add even just like another level of excitement. Um, I feel like we have a tournament at the end of the year now that's a mixed event and everyone loves it. The men are always really impressed with our games, and we're always like excited to play with them because of the exposure it gives us. So I think it's going to be a great thing, great win-win for both the PGA Tour and the LPGA Tour. And yeah, I wish I was still playing because I could
Yeah,
possibly play in the Olympics. Like that'd be
absolutely.
sick.
Well, let's get that scenario out right now. Let's say you are about to play in the Olympics and you have three options of what PGA Tour player to play with. Who
Oh,
would you like to play with? And obviously, I don't think there's a wrong answer, but yeah, just general interest or who you think matches your style.
well, obviously I have to pick a USA
Yeah,
player
yeah, yeah.
because I'm from the United States.
Right.
My first one would be Justin Thomas, just because we're both from
Alabama.
Kentucky.
Yeah. Oh,
We went
Kentucky
to,
too. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, we went to Alabama. We grew up together. So obviously he would probably be my number one. That would be really, really cool and really special. We played like in the Junior Ryder Cup together as teammates, and
Hmm.
so we have been we don't see each other very much anymore,
Yeah,
but that would be really cool. Obviously Scotty, because that would just be sick. He's
yeah,
a baller.
yeah, for sure.
um, oh, I don't know. I wish I could pick Ludwig because I think his
Oh
game is just
yeah.
so pure, but he's obviously not American. But
Right.
I don't know. It'd be a toss up for the third pick. Whose would yours
Nice. Well, let's
be?
say no. Let's say I am lucky enough to be a tour professional, and
Okay.
I have two PGA Tour wins. Obviously, I'm going to pick my dog Emma Talley. Picking my dog Emmy because I seen what she did in person and your national championship. Man, you know how it is to be on the big stages. And people are going to think I'm biased for this, but I'm going to continue to say it. My next one would be Al Ewing. I did an episode a long time ago saying, get to know me as I play these new irons. One of the people I had like five bucket list players I'd love to play with. I said like Scotty, Tony Romo, Tom Kim. I think I said Sam Burns, but I said Al Ewing, bro. Al Ewing, what, five times on the Solheim Cup, three-time LPGA winner, man. Great person, bro. I would love to play alongside her. And again, guys might be saying I'm biased, but I will take the all-time winningest college athlete in golf, and I will pick Amy Olsen.
Yeah.
Ironically, two of the three I've had on the channel, man, but I just think I would enjoy playing with you guys. Um, I just think it'd be really fun. You guys obviously have to carry me because I don't know what good I would do to your guys' game, but I'll
But
probably
if
sneak in.
you said at the beginning,
Oh
if
yeah,
you
I'm a
were a
two-time winner.
three-time, yeah, yeah, you're
I'm
a
a
three-time
two-time
winner.
winner. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You're
So
good. You're
we're
good.
probably coming back with the goal for sure, man. Um, but I do want to touch on this to a degree too. So obviously, I guess I would say I'm an outlier because I do watch women's golf, man. But what are some things we hope or we were wanting to see get better to give golfers more exposure? Like the year Nelly Korda had last year was super good. But if you're not like a fan of the LPGA, you wouldn't even know, you know. And
Yeah.
then obviously some things, Charlie Hall, people love the broadcaster. And I feel like they do respect me more of her beauty than her game. Like, man, she's a good golfer as well. And there are obviously a lot of other female golfers that play
Hmm.
really well too. So I would love to know your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I think Nelly's year last year was just unreal. And then on top of that, she did like the Met Gala. She was on the
Hmm.
cover of like Vogue.
Hmm.
I mean, even what Lydia Ko did last year, she
Hmm.
won the gold, silver, and bronze now in the Olympics. She's now in the Hall of Fame, which
Hmm.
on the LPGA tour, it's really, really hard to get in the Hall of Fame. So I definitely feel like we could push a little harder
Hmm.
on how good our players are. I think we're really, really good. I mean, I think if you every time we have a pro am or every time we have a term in these people come out and watch us, and I hear all the time, man, I wish like I would have followed you guys sooner because you guys are so fun to watch. And I feel like most people can relate to us a little more. Obviously, like our games are very tightened and that's why we're scoring well. But at the same time, like we hit the same distances as a lot of the like really good amateur men golfers.
Yeah.
So they can relate to us like way more and they kind of appreciate our games even more because we're shooting really low scores with the same kind of game as they are. So I definitely wish, first of all, I wish that it was marketed more. I think
Hmm.
there's a lot of really cool stories. A lot of the Koreans and Asian girls that come and give up their families are in a different country. They have to
Hmm.
learn a new language. They're really fun and funny. They've given up their whole lives to play on the best tour in the world. There's so many cool stories. Nelly Corda, I mean, can't
Yeah.
she's a beautiful human and
Mhm.
a great golfer. And then on top of that, I wish we were on TV more. I think if we were to
Yeah.
get the chance
Hmm.
of being on TV more, that we would actually thrive because I think we're more fun to watch.
Yeah. And I agree because like I said, when we played with you, I drove you one time. That was it. And after that, I wasn't hitting greens like you, but I was just like, man, like I said, each time I was so grateful for the opportunity to play with you, Amy, obviously some of the Epson Tour people, Maddie McCrary and stuff. I'm like, man, these girls are so, so good. And, it's funny because I wish you guys were on TV more too because I have the LPGA app and I follow you guys on ESPN, but like there's I can never get any coverage. I just gotta
Yeah.
star my favorite athletes at that time and just kind of see how they're doing with no footage. And like I said, I would enjoy watching every time you guys are here to some degree. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go to the LPGA event. I got lucky when I met you at, was it Bradenton or Brandon, Florida? Our first time meeting face.
Bradenton.
Yeah, yeah. And it was like, man, these girls are good. And just,
I
it's,
know.
it's, it's a missed talent that's not being aired that like I think people
Yeah.
deserve to see, how good the golf is.
Yeah.
Um, let's transition. We're still talking about golf, man. I want to talk about your role with West Kentucky, the Hilltoppers, man.
Yeah.
Just won the Conference USA. Man, what has your role been with them, man? And what are some things that you have brought in from your experience as a professional golfer, to the Hilltoppers?
It has been so fun. So I'm just a volunteer. I
Mhm.
just come in. It's great. Like I come to practice every once in a while. And then I also kind of have been mentoring them, just talking to letting them have my number,
Nice.
saying they can call me whenever they want to, and kind of just putting like practice plans together for them if they ask. But it's been so much fun. I
Hmm.
think partly because I'm volunteering, so I can kind of come and go as I
Yeah, for
please.
sure.
But I texted them last night. I was like, I'm so dang proud of you guys
Yes, yes.
because they won three times and before like this spring, and then they won the conference championship. So they've
Hmm.
won four times out of like six tournaments
Let's
this whole.
go. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they're killing it. Um, I think a lot of it's just confidence. I think a lot of golfers lack confidence. And I think when I came in and just started like basically preaching into them that like they are the ones that have to build their confidence through their practice. If you prepare correctly and you know you've prepared correctly, then when you go into that tournament, you already have the confidence built up from your preparation. So
Yeah.
um, I try to go look at like what the course that they're going to
Hmm.
play, like what it's going to look like. Can they go for par fives and two? Or are they going to be hitting wedges?
Mm.
And then that week at practice, like making them do that.
Yeah.
So it's just being a little more attentive to the practice schedule. I know I learned so much from our college coach at Alabama, and he always did that. And it's something that I couldn't really do on the tour because you play week to week to week. It
Yeah,
was
for
much
sure.
harder to do that. But yeah, I've just learned so much from them. They're teaching me a lot of cool things about myself and also just how to be an encourager, mentor, and
That's good.
listener.
Yeah.
But I also just truly thank the world of all of them. They're all really smart and intelligent. And, for most of them, they're not going to turn pro after.
Hmm.
Some of them will. Katie
Yeah.
Craig's going to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
pro.
yeah. I was
And
gonna mention her. Yeah.
yeah, there's a couple of people that may go pro after their college careers. But for the most part, most of these girls are just going to go get jobs after. And
Yeah.
it's just amazing how hard they work knowing that there's not a next level. I think that's
Yeah.
something that they've inspired me. They work so hard. They got home at like 10 o'clock last night and had 6 a.m. workouts this morning, and they show up. And it's like, that's pretty cool to do when you know you don't want to play on the next level. And they're still trying so hard. And I'm just really impressed with them. It's been really fun. I'm very thankful to Adam Gary for he's the
Hmm.
head coach for
Yep.
letting me come and volunteer when I want to. So um, it's been such a cool experience, and I'm excited that I've gotten to be a little bitty part of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I was gonna mention Katie too, man, because she since followed me once we did our episode, and I'm just kind of seeing like her growth in the game. Is
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this girl's also like a great player too, man. I love what you
Yeah.
said in regards to like some of these girls know like this is it for them. They're gonna play college golf,
Hmm.
but they're still working really hard. And look at from a gospel's perspective, I look at First Corinthians 10. 31, it says, whether you eat or whether you drink or whatever you do for the glory of God. And, we have this specific talent. We want to make sure we're using to the best of our ability. If
Hmm.
that's even just being a great high school player, great college player, or if you have obviously the potential to go on to play NFL or LPGA, PGA, man,
Yeah.
just still use that talent, man. So that's awesome to hear. Do you have any future plans to become a college coach, or do you enjoy just the volunteer aspect of it?
I don't know. I mean, I do. I'm falling in love with it more and more, but the
Hmm.
problem is I'm falling in love with these girls.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
Sometimes it is player specific. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I truly do think that I would love to do that full time. But I'm trying not to put all my eggs in one basket
for
at the
sure.
moment. I'm kind of doing a lot of different things right now
Hmm.
just because I just retired.
Yep.
So I'm trying to like kind of do a bunch of different things just kind of see what I like to do.
Hmm.
I'm very pregnant, as you know, as we just chatted about. So I also want to see what that's going to look like
Yeah,
because obviously coaching, it takes a lot of
for
time.
sure.
Watching them travel as much as they have this spring and the coach, the practices and the compliance and all the things that go on now with the NCAA, like it's a lot of work. So,
I agree.
um, I don't know what my future holds.
Yeah,
I'm kind of open to
for
whatever
sure. Yeah.
I'm led to do. I think I definitely pray about it constantly
Hmm.
and hope that the right doors open and close as
Yeah.
I like continue this year. I'm hoping next year I'll have kind of a better idea of what, I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But want to have this baby, healthy
Hmm.
baby, and then kind of go
Yes.
from there.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, and amen. I do agree with that. But we can talk about something you have been dabbling in and doing a really good job in. That's broadcasting. You do a
Thank
lot of
you.
podcasts, obviously for the LPGA. Obviously, you haven't been on the road to interview these women in person, but how has that transition into broadcast, even though you dabbled it as a player, been for you currently right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna commentate next week at the Chevron Championship
Oh,
for
yeah.
ESPN
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus.
That's it.
So I'm excited about that opportunity. That'll be really fun. And like you said, I think for me, going from a player to someone who's commentating, I just understand what they're going
For
through. So I
sure.
think, no offense to anybody else, but I
Hmm.
think it's much easier from a player perspective because I kind of know the golf courses still. They're playing on the same courses I've already played on.
Yep.
So I kind of know what holes are hard, what holes are difficult, what you're trying to do. Maybe I didn't do it that well when I was out
Hmm.
there, but I at least know.
Yeah.
And so it's been really cool to see, and it's fun to go out there and see all the girls and the talent and the next generation.
Hmm.
I've really enjoyed it, and the podcast. I mean, it's so fun to hear, kind of get a little under the surface of like where their story comes from. Because a lot of times, even though I've been out there for 8 years and I kind of
Hmm.
know all the girls, sometimes you never get to that next level
Hmm.
and really like what they've been through themselves and what they had to persevere through. And I think
Hmm.
it's really cool to always hear about other people's story and just see like what they've gone through to get to where they are now. Because everyone has a story
For
and we're
sure.
all kind of a little different. So
Hmm.
I've really enjoyed all of it. I really have. That's the problem. I keep telling my parents, like, I love everything I'm doing. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. That's awesome. I mean,
So
it's
we'll
good,
see.
man. That just shows, how many talents you have too. And I love what you talked about it too, because experience is one of the best skill sets to have. Like, yeah, I wasn't like this dominant, receiver in NFL, but I could sit there and be like, hey, man, I can tell you right now what to do against cover two, or if they rotate here to go to cover three, this is what you should do. Just because of my experience
Yeah.
playing the game. But yeah, I love how you subtly keep transitioning us into the next topic. So let's talk about the Chevron Championship, which in what 2018 you had your best T37, which again I would never make a cut anywhere. I play in local tournaments out here. I have not finished like top five at all. I played in one yesterday. I finished 10 out of 11. And I had two
Yeah.
blow posts towards the end. And a tournament I played like maybe 2 weeks before that, I got 11th out of 16. And I just kept lapsing on putts. And I keep saying there's a difference between like leisure golf with your friends and tournament golf. But I
There
love I
is.
love putting myself, like you said in the beginning, in that situation, like, man, the first tee box jitters and like, okay, man, I got to make sure I've been playing a fade all day, but this is a draw hole. Like, how do I love the strategic, like thinking of that because it gives me a little bit of football. Like, okay, where every time we're in 3-by-1, we see this team plays 11 dogs. So this is
Yeah,
what we have to do.
yeah.
So I enjoy that. But all right, dog, it's a major week. Some of you guys may be like, Major Week, the PGA Championship ain't having for another 3 weeks. Dog, I'm talking about the LPGA, the Chevron Championships, bro, because we support women's golf around here. And if you guys don't know, the Chevron Championship is essentially like the Masters for the LPGA, man. So I'm about to lock in and play the iconic hole 18 at the club at the Carlton Woods, man. And if y'all know that hole, man, it's high risk, high reward, man. You got that water splitting the green and fairway, man. If I can get on in two, maybe I can, force an eagle, maybe. Knowing the kid, probably not. Or again, take the risk, go in the water, got to play for bogey, or do I just play it safe, man? So I'm going to be using the Rapsodo, obviously, to play this hole out while also using the new Rapsodo Titleist Pro V1s, dog. Let's see if I can lock in, bro, man. Let's get it. .492, par 5. Again, really want me a good second shot. Not ideal. Felt great. Too safe. I'm over here playing scared. 36 yards. Let's land it close. Sit. That's a great shot, Jern. Let me see a one putt. Really solid par. I don't know if that's winning me a Chevron Championship. Go see how you can go do at hole 18 at the Carlton Woods, the Jack Nicklaus design. And yo, support women's golf, man. I'm gonna give that a shot. Again, check out Rapsodo. We go into the Chevron Championships. I want us to break down this field. Like, who are your top 5 picks you think have a good chance of winning? And obviously, I don't, I don't want no one to think you're picking favorites any towards bias, but
Oh,
like just
I
talking.
love
Yeah,
this.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just talking ball, man. So I would love to know your top 5.
All right. So you
Maybe a
gave
little,
me,
yeah. Go
yeah,
ahead.
you gave me a little heads up on this question, and I
Okay.
appreciate that
Yeah,
because
for
I
sure.
was like, I gotta give some good answers.
Yeah.
So I think I got you.
Okay.
First of all, I think the Chevron, they've done a great job. I know you've probably know this, but it used to be played in California and it was there for like forever and all the
Mm-hmm.
tradition that we had out there. The Chevron picked it up. They moved it to Houston, which was
Yep.
a big
Texas.
deal.
Yep.
A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people were um, not happy about that, but I have to admit that they have done a great job. They treat us players amazing. They just redid the greens a couple years ago, so it's just a great tournament. They put on a great show for the girls, and they treat us really, really well, which is cool. So,
And the Chevron's
um,
essentially like y'all's masters, right? Would you say those are
yes,
equivalent? Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 So it's a big deal, and obviously Nelly won last year,
Mm-hmm.
so I have to pick her
For sure.
as she hasn't started as hot as she did
Mm-hmm.
last year, but how can you? She won the first 6 tournaments, so
Yeah.
like that's kind of tough to compete with. But
Mm-hmm.
I have for her going back to back Chevron Major Championship, that'd be pretty sick. So I have to go
For sure.
Nelly
For
as my
sure.
first pick. My second one is Angel Yin. Angel won at the beginning of this year.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of been hot. She got a new lab putter, and so
Okay.
she's been like talking so much about how this new putter has really helped her. And she got into a playoff a couple years ago to win this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to pick her.
Love it.
Um, Gino is a bomb. She like hits it so far. She's young. She's actually my pick as who's going to be number one at the end of the year too. So
Interesting.
I'm
Nice.
gonna
Nice.
pick her for sure. That's my third. Is that my third?
That's your
Nelly,
third. Yep. Nelly
Angel.
and then
Okay,
Gino. Yep.
and I'm gonna kind of go a dark
For
horse.
sure.
Jin Hee M is a
Okay.
player that's been playing really good right now, and yeah, she's my dark
Yeah.
horse. And then I'm missing someone. I wrote them all down too. Angel,
Yeah,
Gino,
that's fine.
Nelly, Jen He. Oh, my husband just yelled at me. Lauren Coughlin.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I like that pick.
She loves this golf course, and she's been playing so good the last couple of years.
Hmm.
Obviously, last year she kind of blew it out of the water. If
Yep.
if it wouldn't have been for Nelly, she probably would have, like, that's who everyone would have been talking about, is her and Hannah Green. So
Hannah
Lauren
Green. Yeah.
Coughlin's my fifth one, as to play well in this tournament, because she
Yeah.
has always played well at this event,
Hmm.
and she's been playing well in the last few weeks. So Lauren Coughlin is my fifth one. So there you have it.
I'm gonna give you mine, and yours is probably way more thorough than me because you obviously played and you've experienced these girls, and you're on the broadcasting side. So one, I'm gonna pick Leela Vu, won in
Nice.
2023.
Yep.
I know she
Yep.
had the back
Winner.
injury last year, but when I was at the Whirlwind this past year, I saw her get that second place. So I'm like, man, this is good timing, for your golf
Yep.
game, man. So she's definitely won. Um, this might be because of her notoriety, but I'm going to say Lexi Thompson. I know she's technically retired, but she's played in quite a few.
She
Yeah,
hasn't missed anything.
yeah. I was so confused because I went to I played in the pro-am. I went to the pairing party. I was like, "That Lexi? I thought she was retired." They was like, "Yeah, she's retired, but she can, like, essentially come and go as she pleases." But I've seen her, like, in everything. Like, she's playing this week as well. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna still go with Lexi, man. I know she's a previous
That'd be
winner.
sick.
It'd be cool to see her get one in her retirement, I guess.
Yeah.
I picked Allison Corpus.
Yep.
Did you pronounce her
Really
last
good
name? Yeah.
player. Great one.
Yep.
US Open winner.
Yes, yes, yes.
And she's been playing good lately too.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, had the T4 at the Chevron. So, her 2023 is looking like it could be merged into her 2025. And then obviously I'm going to agree with you wholeheartedly with Nelly Korda. And there is obviously some, comparison between her and Scotty because they're both were dogs last year, but they haven't captured a win this year.
Yeah.
And, I was kind of hesitant even with predicting the match. It's like, do I even want to pick Scotty? But the day I don't pick Scotty is the day Scotty's going to Scotty. Now, granted, we know Rory got his career Grand Slam, so he ended up winning. But I'm gonna go with Nelly, reigning champ, as you said. I think, hopefully there's some ice in her veins. Like, man, I'm gonna defend my title and and get this win. And lastly, it's kind of just based off a bias because I played with her in the program and she was really good. I don't know how to say her last name right, but Mariah Junagard. I mean, I hope she's in the
Oh,
field.
Jushana Garn.
Yeah, I hope
Yep.
she's in the field, man. I know she was
She
2018
is.
rookie of the year.
She
Yeah,
is.
man.
She'll be
And
there.
she was so fun to play with. I remember last year, I can't remember. So I reached out to her and I was happy she replied back to me about her win. I think it was over in it may have been in Asia when she won last year,
Yeah.
but it was awesome to see her get a win. So she'll be my dark horse to win.
Yeah. That's a good
So
one.
yeah, yeah. So those are my top five, man. And
Those are good. I
thank
think we're
you.
probably, I think we got a winner in there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think so too. So at this point, so you're going to be commentating on ESPN Plus. Is that the only way we're able to view it live? Is if we have ESPN Plus, or like?
No, it'll be on Golf Channel too.
Okay, that's good. Live though. It's not reruns because it's a
It'll be
major.
live.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't
major.
know
Have to.
exactly the times, but
Yeah,
yeah, it'll be on Golf Channel too.
absolutely, man. So again, guys, one of my favorite people in the world, Emma Talley, man. I thank you for coming on here, man. Uh, People that watch this, man, let's hype up the LPGA. Let's hype up the Epson Tour. Let's hype up women's golf, man.
That's
Because
right.
I believe every person that watches this, if you challenge them right now, you couldn't beat them because I can't beat them. So again, Emma, appreciate you, man. Praying for you as
Thank
usual.
you.
And guys, we'll see you on the next episode of Golf and Gospel
Mwah.
Pod. Absolutely. Peace.
Peace.
Hey, I don't know the course either. I've never played these tees. I usually play back there.
Oh, that's crazy.
That was my nickname in college, Granny. You like this, you like this.
CFC.
Oh yeah! 45, 50 club. 45, 50 club. I'm your caddy today.
I appreciate it. And we
I'm
need
sorry
her-
to tell you,
we
but
need-
there's
we
a
need her to
big
stay
old
part Emma.
pond on the last hole.
Dang it. Dang, bruh.
Do you want to take your breakfast ball? I knew I was gonna do that.
Are you gonna use it?
Oh!
I don't want to be. I don't want to
Breakfast
be
ball,
like.
breakfast ball.
I don't want to be like
for
that.
real.
Yeah, I don't for the most part.
Y'all are great.
Oh
That
my
was amazing.
gosh.
Y'all are the best. I'm sorry you're so down.
We are.
Maybe you can get a Dairy Queen Blizzard on the way home.
I'm lactose intolerant.